Now we are ready to complete the final step for the advanced part. Looking at the pictorial view, you see we now have a pocket in the part. Let's begin by going through the directions. In the directions it says to use the part created in the previous question and modify it by adding a pocket. Note 1 says only one pocket on one side is to be added. This modified part is not symmetrical. That means this pocket does not exist on the back side of the part. Note 2, assume all unshown dimensions are the same as in the previous question. Let's go to the next screen for more detail. Notice in the front view, we have a 2 mm wall thickness around the perimeter of the part. In the top view, the pocket on the right side sits back in the part 28 mm. However, on the left side, we do not receive a depth dimension. Instead, we are provided a wall thickness. So let's go to the SOLIDWORKS screen to find this distance here, and then we can subtract 2 from it. Going to the Evaluate tab, I'll select Measure, and then I'll select this one line. We see the line is 30 mm minus a 2 mm wall thickness gives us 28. So that means the pocket is the same depth as the pocket on the right. The 100 dimension simply tells us this edge and this edge are collinear. In fact, you can see the extension line between the two edges. Now let's go to the SOLIDWORKS screen and add the pocket. Your first thought may be to use the shell command. I want to show you what happens if we try the shell command. I'll select shell. We'll apply a 2 mm wall thickness. And then we'll go out to the screen, select this face, and do a show preview. And notice it wants to shell the entire part, not what we are looking for. Instead, we are going to do 2 cut extrude features, both at a depth of 28 mm. So let's begin with this one here. I'll tap the S key, select extrude cut. I'll select in the middle of this face. Let's go ahead and zoom in. I want to convert all of these entities onto my current sketch. I'll select Convert Entities. I'll pick a point in the middle of the face. Notice that appears in the window. I'll select the green check mark, and those entities are brought into the current sketch. Now I want to offset these entities by 2 mm. So I'm going to go to Offset Entities. I'll type in 2. I'm going to go out to the screen and select the line to offset. But notice it's offsetting it to the outside. I'm going to go back to my Property Manager, reverse the direction. Everything on the screen looks correct, so I will select the green check mark. One thing I want to point out, I do need to do some work in this area, because if we go back to the drawing views, you'll see there's no wall here. Let's go back one more screen where it's easier to see. Notice there's no vertical wall separating these 2 pockets. So that means back in the SOLIDWORKS screen, I need to extend this line and this line, and then delete this line. And now I am ready to extrude that profile into the part a depth of 28 mm. Looking at my Property Manager, I'm going to set the end condition of blind, the depth at 28, and then I want to select my contour. So I'm going to select the inside. I'll revolve the part to make sure it's extrude cutting in the right direction. And it is. So I'm going to select the green check mark. And the first pocket is complete. Let's do the same over here. I'm going to tap the S key, select extrude cut. I am going to select this face to create my sketch on. Once again, I'll convert entities. I'll select the face, then the green check mark, and all of the perimeter entities were converted. Now I am going to offset the entities 2 mm. However, I do not want to include this line here. So I am simply going to uncheck Select Chain, and then pick each line I want to offset. I'm going to reverse the direction, and then select the green check mark. Now I have the correct profile. I'm going to close out of the sketch. Once again, verify I have blind 28. My selected contour is going to be this inside profile. Everything looks good. I'll select the green check mark, and now we completed the pocket. Let's go ahead and fit this to the screen, and then check our mass. I'll select mass properties. We have a mass of 1345.53. Let's go back to the drawing screen, and our numbers do match, 1345.53. And that completes the advanced part, step 3.